35 years, thousands dead, multiple nations failed. The EU tried and failed. Russia tried and failed. Biden tried for 12 minutes and quit. And this is Tom McCullough, White House correspondent for the Next News Network. I'm holding down the fort while Gary travels back from Liberty's celebration. And I'm about to show you what a real leadership looks like. In a single meeting, President Trump just accomplished what 3 decades of diplomats couldn't, ending the bloody Armenia-Azerbaijan conflict. But that's just one of 6 wars. Say it again. 6 wars he stopped in 6 months. And world leaders are demanding he receive the Nobel Peace Prize. And while establishment elites pretend it never happened, what you're about to see will restore your faith in American power, so keep watching. So if you're getting close to retirement and just thinking ahead, you've probably done a solid job of saving. But here's something most people don't consider. How much of that money is sitting in cash? It might feel safe, but holding too much cash guarantees one thing, that you're losing purchasing power. Inflation eats away at it, and the dollar's value keeps slipping. That's why more people are looking at real assets like physical gold and silver to protect their savings. And one company that makes it easy, Noble Gold Investments. You can buy gold or silver, coins or bars, and have them shipped to your home or stored securely. It's a smart way to convert cash into something that actually holds value. And Noble Gold is fair, transparent, and they don't pressure you. They just provide solid information and real options. So visit nextnewsgold.com and check it out. So, it's going to be a fun one. The Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, called it truly historic. After 35 years of bloodshed between Armenia and Azerbaijan, peace has finally arrived. And watch her explain the magnitude of this achievement that the mainstream media desperately wants to ignore. They hate giving anybody credit. Take a look.
It's a truly historic day, and, you know, under this president's leadership, this historic peace deal has been truly made into reality. When people actually go back and look at the history, you hit the high points there. These two countries have been in some form of conflict, sometimes very bloody, other times a very tense situation where conflict could spark out again at any moment for over 35 years. So for this event to happen today again, President Trump said in some of his remarks today that his aspiration, his greatest aspiration as president, is to bring about peace and stability. This is yet another example of his effective leadership that brought these two leaders together in a way that hasn't happened before. And I can tell you there was a lot of work that led to this moment. This wasn't something that just happened overnight. Again, when you look at over 35 years of conflict, under President Trump's leadership, he encouraged and helped move along this ongoing negotiation between these two leaders and their countries that led to this truly historic and great event.
So I want to know what did the other presidents do for 35 years? We had 35 years of conflict, and it was ended because one man refused to accept failure as an option. That is American leadership on a global scale. Bridget Gabriel puts this in perspective. Trump's not just making deals, he's literally repairing the world. The speed and scope of these peace agreements is unprecedented in human history. I've never seen anything like it. I'm sure you haven't either. Take a look.
We are witnessing the repairing the world concept live before our eyes, and it is amazing to watch. What's even more amazing is the speed by which President Trump is able to bring peace to different regions in the world, to establish America's credibility and strength and respect, regain the respect that we lost, regain the political capital that President Biden squandered, obtain again the building coalitions across the globe between leaders that we never thought they will come together. I mean, the conflict between Azerbaijan and Armenia has been going on for years, decades. When you look at what he brokered between India and Pakistan using trade, this is where his business experience is playing such an important role in bringing about peace through different regions in the world. Look what he did with the Abraham Accord. Look at the deal he's trying to broker between Saudi Arabia Arabia, and the rest of the Middle Eastern leaders bringing in with Israel in order to solve the Palestinian problem and bring peace and prosperity to the Middle East. Look how he was able to bring Syria into the table and the new leader of Syria into talking with Israel and promising that he will sign on to the Abraham Accord as well. So we are seeing the brilliancy of a business mind working in politics and having a political impact worldwide, not just in the United States.
Imagine that, everybody. Business experience creating political miracles. And who knew that electing a builder instead of a bureaucrat would build peace? I mean, I knew that. That's what I voted for. And Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt laid out the stunning record. Thailand and Cambodia, Israel and Iran, Rwanda and Congo, India, Pakistan, Serbia, Kosovo, Egypt, and Ethiopia. 6 conflicts resolved in 6 months. 1 peace deal per month on average. That's incredible. Take a look.
The president has now ended conflicts between Thailand and Cambodia, Israel and Iran, Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of the Congo, India and Pakistan, Serbia and Kosovo, and Egypt and Ethiopia. This means President Trump has brokered, on average, about 1 peace deal or ceasefire per month during his 6 months in office. It's well past time that President Trump was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize.
And that is just mathematical proof that Trump deserves a Nobel Prize. But will the establishment admit it? When asked about the Nobel Prize, Trump showed his true character. He's not doing this for awards or recognition. He's doing it to save lives. But he acknowledges what we all know is coming. Take a look.
I think my instinct really tells me that we have a shot at it, okay? And you'll find that out later on, and maybe even today, but we have a shot at it. Look, it's got to be solved. You know, we're not losing people. A lot of people say, why are you bothering? We're not losing people. We were spending hundreds of billions of dollars. Now we're spending nothing. We're spending no money. I guess we're making money because, you know, we're great. We have the best military equipment in the world. We're selling it to NATO. But you're losing thousands of people a week. Russians and Ukrainians mostly soldiers, but, you know, missiles are lobbed into cities and towns, Kiev, lots of places. You've been reading the same stories that I've been reading, and we got to get it solved.
The Norwegian Nobel Committee will make their announcement as it relates to this year's Nobel Peace Prize on October the 10th, Friday, October the 10th. Is that date circled on your calendar, Mr. President?
I can't say. I mean, a lot of people say, no matter what I did, because, you know, I'm of a certain persuasion, no matter what I do, they won't give it. And I'm not politicking for it. I have a lot of people that are. I know. I mean, I read the same things as you do. But it would be a great honor, certainly. But I would never politic. I'm not doing it for that. I'm doing it because of, I really, number one, I want to save lives.
And that's why I voted for Mr. Trump. He is the no new wars president. I voted for that. So on October 10th, mark your calendars. The world is watching whether the Nobel Committee has any credibility left. I hope they do. But the Armenia-Azerbaijan signing ceremony reveals something even more powerful. So watch as President Aliyev of Azerbaijan makes an extraordinary suggestion that left the room stunned. Take a look.
Can I have a suggestion?
Yes.
So maybe we agree with Prime Minister Pashinyan to send a joint appeal to Nobel Committee to award President Trump with the Nobel Peace Prize, because from the leaders of the countries which were at war for more than 3 decades, having this historic signature here, it really means a lot. This is tangible result of President Trump's leadership, and no one could have achieved that. There have been many presidents here since beginning of 90s, and the so-called Minsk process, which, by the way, today we put an end to with my Armenian colleague, started in 1992. So negotiation under the auspices of OSCE continued for more than 3 decades without any result. So who, if not President Trump, deserves the Nobel Peace Prize? I don't want to go into the history, of some very strange decisions of the Nobel Peace Committee to award the prize for someone who didn't do anything at all. But President Trump in 6 months did miracle. So I think that my Armenian colleague will support it, and judging by the reaction of the audience, I think as soon as we come back, we will agree to issue a joint letter. And hopefully, and I also join when the President is awarded, we hope that he will invite us to the ceremony.
So not only did President Trump sell rice to China, he got a joint letter from former enemies nominating him for the Nobel Peace Prize. And when warriors become peacemakers, you know something very special has happened. And Trump himself explained how everyone else failed where he succeeded. The EU, the Russia, even Biden's pathetic 12-minute attempt. All failures. I don't even know Biden remembers that 12 minutes. But watch Trump describe the moment these former enemies became friends. Check this out.
For more than 35 years, Armenia and Azerbaijan have fought a bitter conflict that resulted in tremendous suffering for both nations. They suffered gravely for so many years. Many tried to find a resolution, including the European Union. The Russians worked very hard on it, never happened. Sleepy Joe Biden tried, but you know what happened there. He tried for probably 12 minutes and didn't work out. And many other countries tried, and they were unsuccessful. But with this accord, we've finally succeeded in making peace, and we just left the Oval Office where we signed voluminous documents and very important elements to the agreement. The country of Armenia and Azerbaijan are committing to stop all fighting forever, open up commerce, travel, and diplomatic relations, and respect each other's sovereignty and territorial integrity, so importantly. And I just spent a lot of time with these two men. I think they're going to have a great relationship. You want to know the truth? They didn't see each other that much, but they probably will. I think they're going to have. I think you two are going to have a great relationship.
Imagine any U.S. president over the last 20 years saying to these guys, I think you two are going to have a great relationship. They went from mortal enemies to potential friends in one meeting. That's Trump. The Cambodia story adds another layer to Trump's peace legacy. Prime Minister Hun Manet, I butchered that, I'm sure, I'm sorry, formally nominated Trump for the Nobel Prize and launched a movement to rename the National Highway 4 as Donald Trump Highway after Trump prevented war with Thailand. Our very own Gary Franchi told us about it last week, and it seems worth repeating. Off to you, Gary.
My name is Gary Franchi. I'm the chief White House correspondent for the Next News Network, and I'm on a very special assignment. As we roll across Texas en route to Congressman Ron Paul's 90th birthday celebration and a stop at the InfoWars studio, a story is rapidly breaking on the other side of the world, and it's one the mainstream media refuses to touch. Now, the Prime Minister of Cambodia has formally nominated President Donald J. Trump for the Nobel Peace Prize for helping secure peace between Cambodia and Thailand, preventing war and protecting innocent lives. At the same time, a national movement is gaining incredible momentum across Cambodia to rename National Highway 4 as Donald Trump Highway. While it has not yet been finalized, the support is overwhelming, from the Prime Minister himself to scholars and students to government officials, veterans, and everyday citizens. The Cambodian people are uniting in one voice. Thank you, President Trump. They see what our media ignores, that it was Trump's decisive leadership that helped deliver an immediate ceasefire and restore hope in a region long overshadowed by conflict.
So everyone knows they went from genocide survivors to Trump supporters. Cambodians understand what real peace means. They've suffered enough to know. So even while announcing the D.C. crime crackdown, Trump referenced his upcoming Putin talks. He's not slowing down. Ukraine could be next. So watch him preview what's coming while European leaders overdose on trying to solve it. Take a look.
So look. Let's just do this. Let's do this. It's going to be a big thing. We're going to Russia. That's going to be a big deal. What happens, happens. I'll let you know what happens. You'll be the first to know. I'll be calling the European leaders. I'm going with totally, I mean, we have a lot of talks. They're great people. They're great leaders, actually, and they want to get back. Honestly, as one of them said, I've OD'd on trying to settle Ukraine. They've OD'd, meaning they've overdosed on the settlement of Ukraine. Not a nice expression, but boy, is it accurate. They're tired of it. They want to get back to spending money on their countries. You know, Biden gave them $350 billion. Europe gave $100 billion. It should be much more than that. Shouldn't have been that kind of, they should have had equalization, but they didn't. But you know what? Still a lot of money. They want to get back to building their own countries. They really want it resolved. My relationship with the European leaders, as you saw, is extremely good. It's perfect. It's beautiful. Wait.
So you remember when one of the leaders called Trump daddy? This is what he's saying when Trump says, I'll be calling the European leaders. Translation is I'll fix what they couldn't. Again, 6 wars ended, 6 months in office, from Africa to Asia to Europe. Trump's creating peace through strength. No apology tours, guys. No pallets of cash and no weaknesses, just results. So if you got value from this report, tap subscribe. My final thought is next. So this is what America First really means. It's not isolation, but leadership so powerful it stops wars before breakfast. While Biden dozed through conflicts and Obama collected prizes for speeches or doing nothing, Trump's collecting peace agreements. 6 wars ended in 6 months. Do the math. That's not diplomacy, it's literal destiny. Every drop of blood saved, that means every family reunited, every child who grows up without war, that's Trump's true monument. That's his legacy. The establishment gave Obama a Nobel Prize for existing. They gave Gore one for a PowerPoint presentation. But the man who's actually ending wars, they're going to fight tooth and nail to deny him. And here's what matters. Our enemies fear him. Our allies respect him. And warriors lay down their weapons when he speaks. And that is literal peace through strength. And it's beautiful. So I have a question for you. Does Trump deserve 6 Nobel Prizes, 1 for each war ended? Comment below and let us know your thoughts. And support real journalism at shop.nextnewsnetwork.com and grab that merch.